I will present a topic update treatment research in AS patient due to lung vessel occlusions come in the early time window. It should be in Vietnamese or English? Vietnamese? English, okay? Okay, so good. So all we know that ischemia is still leading cause of mortalities over the world. And it's a hot topic every year in diagnosis and treatment protocol in all meetings now. For treatment, it's IV RTPA, it's quick and easy process, and EVT, high regularization with direct thrombectomy. But what changed now? For IV RTPA from NIN approved by FDA 1995, but for 5 window of 3 hours from NIN, there is only less than 1% ischemic stroke patient receive treatment. But for window 4.5 hours after escape 3, the number need to treat 1 per 5 is 90 minutes, but 1 per 9 for 180 minutes, and 1 for 15 is 4.5 hours. If for more than 4.5 hours, it's more harmful than benefit. So limit of IV RTPA in limit time window within the first 4.5 hours only, and there is only 5% have chance to treat sedation. But not good for, the result is not good for lung vessel occlusion. The hospitalization is only 30% for M1 occlusion, and 5 to 20% for terminal of ICA, and less than 10% for basilar. And for rescue therapy, it took time and wasted time for waiting because we have wait. So the endovascular treatment is mechanical thrombectomy is best choice, but for devices, thrombectomy devices, the first Messi, solitaire, penumbra, and adapt technique. There are many research, synthesis, IMS3, MRSQ published in 2013 to compare two groups, endovascular treatment and IV antibiotic and endovascular and standard treatment. But the result is failed. And for conclusion, is no significant difference in functional between two groups. So the risk, but there are many limitations of research in thrombectomy. Patient listen with low NISSS, even some cases of TIA in IV RTPA group, and small vessel occlusion included. And only old generations, they use old generation of first and second generation of thrombectomy devices. And late time window for endovascular group, delayed due to rescue therapy. So after that, there are many other research. The research randomized trial published in 2016, Mr. Clean, 500 patients, S.I.S and escape, Supreme Rivercast. So all these research with a good result is positive. You see, population is MIS after 90 days is better in intervention group compared to the control or escape, SNIA, Rivercast. So all effective and safe. The thrombectomy is effective and safe. and improve functional outcome and reduce mortality. So, for lung vessel occlusion, in first 0 to 4.5 hours, IV thrombolysis. And for window 0 to 6 hours, thrombectomy. And thrombectomy is in selected patients for 6 to 24 hours now. We extend the window to 24 hours after some research. What are you doing now? For 4.5 hours, should we remove RTPA in our protocol for save time and money, and for same result, direct empty versus bridging? Let's review. So we don't know. You can stop IV RTPA in early window. So bridging and direct empty. So for bridging, there are some advantages: increase early reperfusion, increase final reperfusion, shorten procedure time, improve microcirculation, and rescues failed thrombectomy. But there are some disadvantages: increased hemorrhage risk, delay thrombectomy, thrombus migration, anaphylactoid reaction, and increased cost. Is RTPA still required? Randomized evaluations is needed. So we review some research. Direct empty China, randomized in 41 centers of China with 591 patients, two groups, EVT and bridging. So the result, modified ranking scale 0 to 2, endovascular and bridging, and endovascular is higher, the percentage is higher, the result is better in endovascular, EVT better than bridging. And outcome, primary outcome, not different, and secondary outcome, 1 to 2, and no different, significant. And safety outcome, that no different, the difference is not significant. And hemorrhage, symptomatic hemorrhage, not significant different. So for conclusion, endovascular thrombectomy alone were non-inferior with regard to the functional outcome within a 20% margin of confidence to endovascular thrombectomy proceeded by antiplus admitted within 4.5 hours. That means EVT not inferior to bridging treatment. And other research, other trial, China, DEVT, multi-center, randomized, for non-inferiority trial conducted in 33 sites, 234 patients, divided into two groups, randomized two groups. So, and they stopped early because non-inferiority criteria were met with non-inferiority margin for MRS 0 to 2, 10%. So it's positive. Two research in China are positive. So SCIP trials, Japan, 23 sites randomized, open label, and two groups, 224 randomized and two groups. At the end, to 97, two groups, empty and bridging. So direct, empty, bridging group, two groups to compare, criteria of two groups, non-different two groups. Result, direct empty, MIS after 90 days. Direct, breaching, higher in direct, but not significant. And TC grade plus 2B, not different, not significant. So for summary of result, the research failed to demonstrate non-inferiority, but outcome normally similar. The outcome is similar, but high any ischemia in breaching group with significant difference, P002. So other, Mr. Clean no IV, lesion with 539 patients, they want to demonstrate, to compare the superiority and non-inferiority of the direct empty versus breaching treatment through group, compare, and each group. At the end, 273 and 266 patients for breaching, and result from 0 to 2 modified ranking scale and non-different. But the conclusion, same reason to skip neither superiority nor non-inferiority solved, but outcome normally is similar with non-inferior margin COR 0.8. So it failed. Other, SWIFT, direct, Europe, North America, the sample size 404, margin 12%. So randomized, two groups, direct, empty, and IV plus empty to compare. Characteristics not different for two groups. And outcome, primary outcome, is better in combined in the breaching group. And the shift and at the end, SWIFT direct did not show statistically non-inferiority or direct empty over IV RTPA plus empty. That means fail. Post-intervention reperfusion were very high in both groups, significantly higher in patients with the breaching group. Rate of hemorrhage, symptomatic hemorrhage, significantly lower in direct empty group. It failed to demonstrate non-inferiority. Meta-analysis from 5 trials, I did 2021. 5 research here, 5 study here to compare, 5 study. And functionally independent, modified ranking scale from 1 to 2, is higher in breaching group, but not significant different. And mortality, lower in breaching group with non-significant difference. And successful reperfusion is higher in breaching group than empty alone with significant difference. And symptomatic intracranial hemorrhage, higher in breaching group, but not significant difference. So this meta-analysis suggests that direct empty is non-inferior to IV RTVA plus MT, but for 3 release servers, but not for more stringent non-inferiority margin. There are no evidence of difference in mortality and modified ranking scale shape. Successful reperfusion is better in combined group That means researchers is failed too. So direct shape, final answer, maybe. Neuroscience trial Australia, 25 international sites, Vietnam 3 sites. So direct shape and characteristics 2 groups, direct, one for 146 patients, and preaching 147. No difference between 2 groups. And primary outcome, non-inferiority would not demonstrated. Non-inferiority is not demonstrated for this research. But secondary outcome is not different. And for subgroup analysis in ASEAN patients, included Vietnam, so kidney outcome, so it's better in breaching group. Better in breaching group. And after this research, non-evidence of non-inferiority of direct MT over breaching IV RTPA is empty. So please specify subgroup analysis, so better clinical outcome in ASEAN for breaching group. So it's failed. The research failed too. So, in my mind, in our hospital, in our Department of Radiology Center, the subgroup enrolled 178 AS patients within 4.5 hour window from 2018 to June 2019, but non-randomized. We direct MT 104 patients and bridging therapy over 64. The occlusion size and the regularization time, the difference is not significant. Number of thrombectomy passed and final good result, good regularization, this is 2P3, 87% for direct MT and 96% for bridging group therapy. So the difference is not significant. And good clinical outcome, the same. 66.7, 65.6%, the difference is not significant. The result almost the same. And other study in our hospital, in our department, from December 2020 to February 2022 for 80 patients within 4.5 hours of left vessel occlusion, non-randomized, direct MT for 40 patients, and bridging therapy for 40 patients. So the hemorrhage, this occlusion side, final good regularization, 90% the same, no different. Symptomatic hemorrhage, no different, significant. And good clinical outcome after 90 days is 62.5 for direct MT and 60% for bridging. So the difference is not significant. So, for conclusion, many trials didn't prove the non-inferiority nor the superiority of direct MT versus bridging therapy in early time window of 4.5 hours for left vessel occlusion. So we want to prove the non-inferiority but fail. Non-inferior or superiority but fail. No change. That's why no change in our treatment guideline up to now is still keep the guideline RTPA fast plus mechanical thrombectomy effective as the best choice for left vessel occlusion in stroke patients in the window, in the first 4.5 hours, but waiting for other big trial. You are waiting for other big trial, start with bad design that we see in the future. You don't know. So, thank you for your attention.